So if you weren't playing in the NBA, what other careers would you be interested in?
Well, right now I probably want to coach, just because my love for the game is at an all-time high, and if not that, I'd probably be trying to work for Nike or get on TV and be a sports analyst or something like that. But I'm not sure I would use my degree right away. I met a lot of people that, like I said, are established, and if they're in school with me, their family was established and had a great company. So even if I decide I don't want to play basketball anymore, or I don't want to use my degree right away, I know enough people that I developed a relationship with that have families that have really successful businesses that I could probably get a job for and make good money and be able to be financially stable.
Great.
No, I'm an engineer by trade.
Oh, okay.
And I had several jobs prior to being an agent. I worked for Xerox. I worked for Mead Johnson in the pharmaceutical division.
Okay.
I was part owner of an engineering company. So I had a background that wasn't geared to being a sports agent. It was geared towards business. But because I did some stuff with Adidas and had a passion for the game, that's why I was able to transition into basketball. And that's what I tell a lot of guys, that you play the game, which I play the game, but you got to do things outside of the game to help you be successful once the game is over.
Is there anything from the engineering field or your past careers that have been able to help you on this side?
Well, just being disciplined. In engineering, you can't design something or write a specification that's wrong, and you have to be disciplined when you're looking at a particular job. And I think when you're doing your job on a basketball court, you have to be disciplined as well.
Right. How has it been? How many years have you been doing this now, working with players?
I had my business for 13 years before I started in the NBA, so now it's my third year doing it in the NBA. It's been a really good transition for me.
But how have you been able to stay around it?
Just keep my head down, stay in my lane. I just try to learn, stay humble with it, but I don't let nobody outwork me. I work hard at what I do and just try to keep getting better every day.
You start here at Cal.
1991 was my freshman year, and I started doing the radio shortly thereafter as a student station, and then just kind of worked my way up and got hired in 1997 to do the commercial radio, and still kind of have my hand in that a little bit, but it branched out into ESPN, so Pac-12 Network, so it's been good to me.
How has it been now being alongside a Hall of Famer, Bill Walton?
Bill's the best. He's awesome. It's so fun. And not that working with other guys isn't great, because it is. I love working with them, all my partners, whether it's at ESPN, whether it's Miles Simon, Sean Farnham, Corey Williams, all the Jaron Collins, all the guys I get to work with. But Bill is certainly a different breed, if you will, but fun to work with. It keeps me on my toes. It's been fabulous. And just to pick the brain of one of the greatest players, and arguably the greatest player in the history of college basketball.
What advice would you give someone starting out?
If you want to be in a newspaper, I want to be a sports writer since the 7th grade.
Wow, really? Since the 7th grade?
Since the 7th grade.
So,
what I did was I wrote on a school paper in 7th grade, high school, college, got as many internships as possible, joined the National Association of Black Journalists, which is very instrumental in getting me my first internship, and I'm here now.
Wow, so you have actually been pursuing your passion since the 7th grade.
7th grade, I knew what I wanted to do. Got a letter from Mark Purdy of the Sound and Mercury News, and just motivated me, and I'm living my dream. I figured if I couldn't play in the NBA, play in the NFL, or play in the World Series, the next best thing is to be.
You could talk about it.
And it's easier on my knees that way, too.
Not really your big break as the Washington Post?
Oh, sure. I mean, I was 22. And I was very lucky. I had done an internship there after I graduated from college, and they just happened to have the job nobody else wanted. I took, and I felt very fortunate to be in the building at 22 doing anything, and it worked out.
Anything that you would give advice to high school or college students that want to be in your shoes?
I would say read everything every day. Don't just read the sports section, read the editorial page, read the business section, because everything comes from everything now. You know, you can create a niche for yourself, being a business reporter and covering the business of sports, exploring, you know, there's all kinds of different things you can do now. But if you don't know what's going on in the world, you won't be able to do that. So, you know, if you're reading and you know who the next great tech guy is, I guarantee you that person will be involved in sports at some point of their life. So, I would say reading and writing are crucial, always. And reporters listen. Good reporters listen. They don't just wait to ask their next question. Listen to the answer that someone gives them, and that's how you become a better reporter. You know, I just try to do the best job that I can to the best of my ability, and hopefully it's something that people still have, they think has value, and so far at least, so far so good.
One of our recipients from the awards from the program last year, Aaron Goodwin, who we grew up with, wanted to be a professional basketball player as well. It didn't work out for him, but he's an agent. Right. Still connected to the game, still making a great living for himself and his family. He's represented, you know, some of the best players to ever play this game, and he's you know, negotiated some of the biggest contracts in the game. So, you know, like I said, there's only 400 jobs in terms of being a player on the court, but there's so many other things that are connected within the industry that you can do. And, you know, I've been able to transition from player to coach, and once I hopefully get a chance to be a head coach and have my own team, I want to go into the front office as a general manager and eventually be a part owner of a team.